All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always.
Today, we're taking a look at something I bet you all know at least a little bit about. Wool.
Oh, wool.
Yeah, but we're going to go way beyond your grandma's itchy sweaters, trust me.
Same.
We're going to unravel the surprisingly big role this seemingly simple material has played in human history.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's safe to say that without wool, history would look very, very different.
It certainly would.
You might be thinking, what's so fascinating about wool?
Right.
But trust me, you're about to get a whole lot of woolly wisdom.
Well, what's often overlooked, I think, is that wool's story is very closely tied to our own. It's not just about cozy sweaters or blankets.
Right.
It's really about human ingenuity and adaptation.
Yeah.
And just how something as, seemingly simple as the fleece from a sheep can have this really profound impact on civilization.
So to be clear, no sheep were harmed in the making of this deep dive.
Precisely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let's rewind way back to the Ice Age.
Okay.
I'm talking harsh, freezing conditions.
Yeah.
Early humans just trying to make it, survive. Just try to imagine for a second trying to hunt a woolly mammoth in a loincloth.
Right.
Yeah, not a great look.
Not very practical.
I think I would much rather have a good wool coat, even if it clashed horribly with my cave paintings.
Yeah, wool clothing provided just this incredibly crucial insulation.
Right.
And that really allowed our ancestors to withstand those, brutal temperatures.
Yeah.
But, and this is where things get really interesting, wool wasn't just about, being cozy and comfortable.
Yeah.
It was actually like a technological advantage.
Okay.
It really allowed humans to migrate, explore new territories, and ultimately it actually helped them outcompete other species.
So are you saying wool helped humans conquer the world?
It's, it's a fascinating connection, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not something you hear every day.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, well, let's fast forward a bit now to the Bronze Age.
Okay.
Societies are becoming more complex.
Right.
And wool kind of goes through this transformation from a survival essential into a symbol of status.
Exactly.
Makes sense. I mean, I bet those Bronze Age fashionistas were rocking some seriously stylish wool outfits.
Well, yeah, you could definitely say that. Woolen garments, especially the ones with intricate weaving and embellishments, really became a marker of wealth and social standing.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like the designer labels of their time.
Oh, wow.
The elites would wear these, very luxurious wool robes.
Right.
Really just setting themselves apart from the common folk.
So even way back then, people were using clothes to kind of show off their status. Some things never change, huh?
Indeed. Yeah, some things never change.
Okay, this brings us to another really fascinating chapter in the story of wool, the medieval period, time of knights, and chivalry. Now, you might be surprised to learn this, but wool played a very crucial role in warfare.
Oh, yeah.
Wool in warfare. Now, that's unexpected. Were they, making giant slingshots out of wool or something?
Not quite, no.
Okay.
Wool was actually worn under the knight's armor.
Oh.
And it provided padding, warmth, and even had some antiseptic properties because of the lanolin.
Interesting.
So this woolen layer really helped protect the knights from, the elements and also the physical trauma of battle.
So a knight's comfort and their, even their performance in battle could be affected by what was basically just long underwear.
Right. Yeah. It's a detail that's often overlooked, I think, but it really speaks to the versatility of wool.
Yeah. I mean, battles back then could last for hours.
That's right. Yeah.
So having that extra layer of, warmth and protection could really make a big difference.
It could, yeah.
So wool was like the medieval equivalent of high-tech sportswear.
In a way, yeah.
So we've seen wool help humans survive, express their status, even protect warriors.
Yeah.
Where does this story go from there?
Well, the next big turning point, I would say, is the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
This era, we saw the rise of mechanized looms and spinning machines, and it really revolutionized wool production.
Ah, yes, the days of mass production.
Exactly.
So this made wool more accessible to everyone.
That's right, yeah. woolen garments became much more affordable.
Okay.
And that led to improvements in living standards for many. It's a classic example of how technology can take something that was once considered a luxury and really make it available to the masses.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So from surviving the Ice Age to being mass-produced, wool has quite the resume.
It does, yeah.
But what about wool's place in our modern world?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still relevant, with all the high-tech fabrics we have these days?
Absolutely, yes. In fact, I would say wool has actually experienced a resurgence in recent years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. People are rediscovering its natural properties, breathability, moisture wicking, even natural antibacterial qualities.
Interesting.
And these make wool a really superior choice for clothing, home decor, and even some technical applications.
So you're telling me my wool socks are more advanced than I thought?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Wool is a natural, renewable fiber that has been evolving with us for millennia, really.
Yeah.
And the story doesn't end there.
Oh.
There are even more unexpected uses for wool that we'll kind of unravel in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah.
But before we move on, what's the one key takeaway you'd want listeners to remember from this part of our conversation?
I would say wool's story is really a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to adapt and innovate using materials that are found in nature.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that even something seemingly ordinary, can have a really remarkable impact on the course of history.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be right back after a quick break. All right, welcome back to our deep dive into the world of wool.
Yeah.
We've already uncovered how wool helped humans, survive ice ages, flaunt their status a little bit, and even win battles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm ready for the next chapter in this woolly saga.
Well, prepare to be surprised because we're going beyond those, cozy sweaters. We're really entering, the realm of wool's hidden superpower.
Superpowers. You're really making me look at my wool blanket a little differently now.
Well, think about it. Wool is incredibly durable.
Yeah.
It's very resilient.
Okay.
Did you know that a single wool fiber can actually be stretched up to 30% of its original length without breaking?
That's pretty impressive for something that, comes from a fluffy sheep. What makes wool so strong?
Well, it's all about the structure of the fibers.
Yeah.
They're naturally crimped and kind of springy.
Okay.
And this gives wool its elasticity, its ability to bounce back.
Yeah.
And this is why, woolen garments can last for generations.
Okay. So that explains why my grandma still has that itchy wool sweater from, her childhood.
Right.
Durability isn't the only superpower though, right?
Right. Yeah. Wool is also naturally fire retardant.
Oh, wow.
Which makes it a surprisingly safe and effective material for things like insulation.
Right.
And even, component in some sustainable building materials.
Wait, are you saying people are building houses out of wool?
Not entire houses.
Okay.
But wool insulation is, becoming increasingly popular.
Right.
It's a natural, renewable alternative to, those synthetic insulation materials. And its fire retardant properties really do make it, much, much safer choice.
So wool can help us build, eco-friendly and fire-safe homes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, what else can this wonder fiber do?
Well, remember how we talked about wool being used in ropes by sailors?
Yeah, but I gotta be honest, I'm still having a little trouble picturing those fluffy sheep fibers holding up against, the force of the ocean.
It does seem, kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But when those fibers are really tightly woven together,
okay,
they create these, incredibly strong and durable ropes.
Right.
Plus, the lanolin in wool makes it naturally water resistant.
So it's kind of perfect for that, for that purpose.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, I'm starting to see why wool has been such a valuable material throughout, all of history. Mm-hmm. But you mentioned something about unexpected and innovative uses. What's wool got up its sleeve now?
This is where things get really, really interesting.
Okay. In
recent years, scientists and engineers have really been exploring wool's potential in some pretty cutting-edge applications.
Oh, okay.
For example, did you know that wool is being used in water filtration systems?
Wait, hold on. Wool can filter water?
It might sound surprising,
Yeah.
but wool actually has this natural ability to absorb impurities and contaminants from water.
Really?
It's all thanks to the unique structure of the fibers. They act like these tiny little filters,
Okay.
trapping pollutants and leaving cleaner water behind.
So you're telling me my wool socks could potentially purify, my drinking water?
Not quite your socks, but the principle is similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Researchers are developing these specialized wool-based filters
Right.
that can remove harmful bacteria, heavy metals, and even pesticides from water sources.
So wool is like a secret superhero in the fight for clean water.
Yeah.
But surely there's got to be more.
Yeah.
What other unexpected applications are out there?
Well, this might sound like something straight out of a history book,
Okay.
but wool is being explored for medical applications,
Oh, okay.
particularly in wound dressings.
Hold on, are we talking about like bandaging wounds with wool? Isn't that a bit old-fashioned?
It might sound that way,
Yeah.
but wool actually have some remarkable properties that make it really ideal for wound healing.
Oh.
It's naturally antimicrobial,
Oh, wow.
meaning it can really help prevent infections.
Right.
It's also highly absorbent, able to soak up fluids and keep the wounds dry, which promotes faster healing.
So wool is like a high-tech medical marvel hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Are there any limits to what this fiber can do?
Researchers are even exploring the possibilities of using wool in biodegradable plastics and other eco-friendly materials.
Really?
It seems like the possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's incredible to think that a material humans have been using for thousands of years is still at the forefront of innovation.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like I've underestimated wool, my whole life.
It just goes to show that nature often holds the solutions to many of our modern challenges.
Yeah.
And wool is a perfect example of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this deep dive has definitely opened my eyes to the amazing world of wool.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered history, durability, innovation.
Yeah.
What other fascinating aspects are left to explore?
That's a great question, and it actually leads us to a topic that's both fascinating and complex. The environmental impact of wool production.
Oh, okay.
While wool is a natural and renewable resource, its production does have some environmental implications.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We can't really talk about all the wonders of wool without acknowledging, some of the potential downsides.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
There are always trade-offs.
Right.
And one of the big ones with wool is land use and grazing practices. Sheep need a lot of space.
Yeah.
And if their grazing isn't managed responsibly,
Right.
it can lead to problems like overgrazing and soil erosion.
That makes sense. I guess too many sheep in one place can't be good for the land. What's being done to address that?
There's a growing movement towards these sustainable grazing practices.
Okay.
Techniques like rotational grazing, where sheep are moved between different pastures. It can help prevent overgrazing and give the land time to recover.
Yeah.
It was really about working with nature, not against it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding that balance between raising sheep and protecting the environment.
Right.
What about other environmental impacts like water consumption and carbon emissions?
Those are important factors too. Raising sheep requires water, for the animals themselves.
Right.
And for growing the pasture that they graze on,
Mm-hmm.
plus the processing of wool, cleaning, dyeing, all that stuff can use a lot of water and energy.
Yeah.
Which contributes to carbon emissions.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider.
Yeah, there is.
Are there ways to make wool production more eco-friendly?
Absolutely. There's a lot of innovation happening in this space. Some farmers are implementing water-saving techniques and using renewable energy sources to power their operations.
Okay.
There's also a focus on minimizing the use of harsh chemicals in the processing stages.
So it's not about giving up wool. It's
Right.
about finding ways to produce it more sustainably.
Exactly.
As consumers, what can we do to to support these efforts?
Well, one of the best things you can do is look for certifications like the Responsible Wool Standard.
Okay.
It's also known as RWS.
RWS. Okay.
This certification ensures that that the wool comes from farms that meet strict animal welfare and land management criteria.
So it's like a stamp of approval, letting us know that that the wool we're buying was produced ethically and sustainably.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. And by choosing RWS certified wool products, you're really supporting the farmers who are committed to those responsible practices.
Okay. Speaking of ethical practices, I have to admit the whole shearing sheep thing has always made me wonder about animal welfare. Is it really necessary, and is it done humanely?
That's a common question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shearing is actually essential for sheep.
Oh, okay.
If their fleece isn't sheared regularly,
Right.
it can become overgrown and cause health problems. Think of it like giving them a much needed haircut.
Okay, that makes sense. But is it done in a way that that doesn't cause the sheep any stress or
Right.
pain?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
When done by trained professionals, shearing is a humane process.
Okay.
In fact, most sheep are quite relieved to get rid of their heavy fleece, especially during warmer months.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there are many factors to consider when choosing wool products: environmental impact, animal welfare, and of course, quality and style.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
As as consumers become more aware of these issues, they can really drive positive change in the industry by supporting brands and farmers who are doing things the right way.
That's a powerful message.
Yeah.
It's not just about the end product, but about making conscious choices that
Right.
support a more sustainable and ethical wool industry.
Exactly.
Before we wrap up, I'm curious,
Mhm.
what does the future hold for wool?
Well, one exciting area is the development of new wool blends
Okay.
that combine the natural benefits of wool with the performance qualities of other fibers.
So we're talking super wool, taking things to the next level.
You could say that, yeah. These blends can enhance wool's durability,
Yeah.
its moisture wicking abilities,
Right.
and even create fabrics with unique textures and properties.
It sounds like wool is constantly evolving.
It is, yeah.
What other trends are shaping the future of this ancient fiber?
Well, there's a growing appreciation for the natural beauty and authenticity of wool.
Okay.
Consumers are drawn to handcrafted items, unique textures, and natural dyes.
Yeah.
It's really a celebration of wool's inherent character,
Right.
and its connection to nature.
That's a beautiful thought and a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
We've explored wool's fascinating journey through history, uncovered its hidden superpowers, and delved into the complexities of its environmental impact. What's the key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
I hope this deep dive has inspired a deeper appreciation for wool.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even something as seemingly simple as wool can have this really rich history, incredible versatility, and the potential to contribute to a more sustainable future.
Well said. And to our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this woolly adventure.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We've learned that wool is much more than meets the eye.
Yeah, it is.
It's it's a testament to human ingenuity, our connection to nature, and the ongoing quest for a better world.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. All right, welcome back to our final part of this wool deep dive.
Yeah.
And as promised, we're going to take a closer look at the environmental side of wool production. I'm all ears and hopefully not pulling the wool over my own eyes here.
It's great to address this head on. Wool is, a fantastic material.
Mm-hmm.
But like any, agricultural product, it's important to understand the full picture, I think.
So no material is perfect.
Right.
Even one that seems as, natural and eco-friendly as wool.
Exactly. Yeah. There are always trade-offs.
Right.
And one of the big ones with wool is land use and grazing practices.
Okay.
Sheep need a lot of space.
Yeah.
And if their grazing isn't managed responsibly, it can lead to problems like overgrazing and soil erosion.
That makes sense. I guess too many sheep in one place can't be good for the land. What's being done to address that?
Well, there's a growing movement towards these sustainable grazing practices.
Yeah.
Techniques like rotational grazing, where sheep are moved between different pastures.
Right.
This can help prevent overgrazing and give the land time to recover. It's really about working with nature, not against it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all about finding that balance between raising sheep and protecting the environment.
Exactly.
What about other environmental impacts like water consumption and carbon emissions?
Those are important factors too.
Yeah.
Raising sheep requires water for the animals themselves, and for growing the pastures that they graze on.
Right. Yeah.
Plus, the processing of wool cleaning, dyeing, all of that.
Right.
That can use a lot of water and energy, which contributes to carbon emissions.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider.
There is. Yeah.
Are there ways to make wool production more eco-friendly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of innovation happening in this space. Some farmers are implementing water saving techniques.
Yeah.
And using renewable energy sources to power their operations.
Okay.
There's also focus on minimizing the use of harsh chemicals in the processing stages.
So it's not about giving up wool. It's about finding ways to produce it more sustainably.
Exactly.
As consumers, what can we do to support these efforts?
Well, one of the best things you can do is to look for certifications like the Responsible Wool Standard.
Okay.
It's also known as RWS.
RWS. Okay.
And this certification ensures that the wool comes from farms that meet strict animal welfare and land management criteria.
So it's like a stamp of approval.
Right.
Letting us know that the wool we're buying was produced ethically and sustainably.
Exactly. Yeah. By choosing RWS certified wool products, you're really supporting the farmers that are, committed to those responsible practices.
Okay, speaking of ethical practices, I have to admit the whole shearing sheep thing has always, made me wonder about animal welfare.
Right.
Is it really necessary, and is it done, humanely?
That's a very common question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shearing is actually essential for sheep. If their fleece isn't sheared regularly, it can become overgrown and cause health problems.
Right. Okay.
Think of like giving them a much needed haircut.
Okay, that makes sense. But is it done in a way that doesn't cause the sheep any, stress or pain?
Absolutely, yeah. When done by trained professionals, shearing is a humane process.
Okay, good.
In fact, most sheep are quite relieved to get rid of their heavy fleece, especially during those warmer months.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there are a lot of factors to consider when choosing wool products: environmental impact, animal welfare,
right,
and of course quality and style.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like that, as consumers become more aware of these these issues, they can really drive positive change in the industry by supporting the brands and the farmers that are doing things the right way.
That's a really powerful message.
Yeah.
It's not just about the end product. It's about making conscious choices that support a more sustainable and an ethical wool industry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, this has been a really incredible deep dive. I've learned so much about wool, and I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through all this.
It's been a pleasure.
To our amazing listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this woolly adventure. We've learned that wool is so much more than meets the eye.
Yeah, it is.
It's a testament to human ingenuity, our connection to nature, and the ongoing quest for a better world.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.